Welcome to Adventure Lunch. I'm Jerrod Kingery.
And I'm Cyber Bob, a.k.a. Bob Gambert.
So that's your alter ego is now your real name?
I don't know which one to say first.
That's sort of like a Superman conundrum now. Because people always wonder if Superman is really Clark Kent or if he's really Superman.
I don't think anyone knows me as Superman, but I think more people know me as Cyber Bob than know me as Bob Gambert.
That's kind of off-putting, isn't it?
It's always embarrassing when someone actually introduces you. I mean, people introduce me as Cyber Bob.
Like, does your wife introduce you as
No.
Cyber Bob?
My wife and kids think it's absolutely ridiculous.
I remember being kind of puzzled about your nickname when you didn't know what a lightsaber was. Lightsaber. Did I say that right?
Well, no, I don't think Cyber Bob infers geekiness.
You don't,
yes, it does!
You don't think the name Cyber Bob infers geekiness. Anyway, we're in our brand new studios here.
The Adventure Lunch Studios.
The Adventure Lunch Studios on the sprawling Stonefruit Studios lot.
I didn't realize that Stonefruit could be such a great place. I was thinking that exact same thing as I was driving in. What is a Stonefruit?
What does that mean?
Do you know this? If you don't know this, I'm a little let down. I
heard Martha Stewart mention it once.
Is it an actual fruit?
Yeah, I think it's a classification of fruits.
So, I mean, now you know basically where the new Adventure Lunch Studios are, on Stonefruit here in San Antonio.
Stonefruit Studios.
So just, you'll be able to see the signs when you drive down the street.
You'll watch for the tour buses, because it gets a little crowded in here traffic-wise. Anyway, after we've wasted enough time here, where did we go this week?
This week we went to a little place called Los Robertos.
Los Robertos.
There's a picture of it right there.
There's a picture of it here.
And they actually have two locations. But we went to the location. It's up on Loop 410 on the northwest side.
Northwest Loop 410.
Right by, what would you say? It's by Ingram?
It's across 410 from Ingram Park Mall, across Ingram from Holmes High School.
Oh, really?
That's Holmes High School right there.
I didn't realize that.
My dad went to Holmes High School. No, he didn't. My dad pranked people at Holmes High School or something. I don't know. I just kicked that drawer.
So there's two.
Sorry.
That's one of the great things we've been able to.
I screwed that up.
In the old studios, we didn't have a drawer.
We have a drawer here.
We have a drawer now. So this is a move up.
We keep our snacks in here.
Did you know there was another location?
I did. Okay. The reason we found this place, we were looking for a place to eat. Some scheduling got a little mussed up. You had to mentor some child or something.
Which is scary.
And we were originally going to go somewhere else, but we wanted to go somewhere closer to our new studios here.
Big shout out to Hector, by the way.
Hector, is that your student, your mentor?
Or they call him your little.
Your little brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good kid.
Do you have a real little brother?
I have two little brothers. I have.
Were you mentors to them?
No. Little Dickie G, who lives in Portland.
Little Dickie G.
Who lives in Portland.
How many horse races has he fixed with a name like Little Dickie G?
Richard. His name is Richard, and my other brother Matt, who is a great golfer.
Which one of your brothers is in the band?
That's Little Dickie G.
That's Little Dickie
AKA
G.
Richard, AKA Rick.
Well, is he the one that's like the poker shark too? Which one is the poker shark?
He spends a lot of his time dealing poker these days.
Of course, his name is Little Dickie G. I mean,
I don't really think he
how many fingers has he broken? How many fingers has he broken of a stoolie?
I seriously don't think he likes the name Little Dickie G, but he
embraces the lifestyle as a card player.
I think in one of his bands he called himself Little Dickie G when he was with Roscoe Disposal Company. But that was the name of the band.
Okay, this is just getting worse. Disposal. Come on.
That was the name of his band, Roscoe Disposal.
I know,
Company.
but that's the mafia. That is the mafia.
I don't ever picture Rich as a mafia guy.
Anyway, so we found this place. I found this place via Yelp. Had some great reviews.
Yeah, we were gonna go. Where were we gonna go?
We were gonna go to a place called Buns, which we'll hit next week.
Yeah, we'll go to Buns next week.
You keep calling it Bones
because it's got a graffiti. Go on.
Anyway, so we went to Los Robertos, which, if you've seen the building, let me show you this. We'll show you the still again.
Does it ring a bell?
Does it look familiar? Does it look familiar? It used to be a Krystal.
And should we get into this now? Should we talk about crystals?
We should finish up about Los Robertos first, and then we'll talk about crystals.
I think the first thing we need to figure out is the name. What is Los Robertos?
It's a plural
in English.
Is
it
plural,
the Bobs?
Yes, it would be
the Bobs,
because the Los implies plural, but the Robertos is possessive. We'll show you on the still again, you see that it says Los Robertos,
but a singular plural. So it doesn't make any sense. It goes against itself.
Look. You can't. we live in San Antonio. These taquerias like this,
they don't have to adhere to grammar.
Right. So we're gonna give that. We're gonna ask about it, but we're gonna give it a pass ultimately.
But I like to call it the Bobs.
The Bobs, because you feel like you have a part in it, right?
I do. Plus, we did Big Bobs.
Big Bobs.
Now we got the Bobs.
Anyway, so we sit down, and our waitress, Myra, who
very nice, but really didn't understand anything we were saying.
Well, she didn't speak English fluently, and we wanted to videotape her like we always do with our waiters.
We spent a lot of time talking to her about that, and I thought she was there, but when I asked her to sit down, she bailed.
She didn't want to. She
totally
didn't want to be
bailed.
on camera.
I think that's the moment she understood that we were talking what we were talking about.
Yes.
I really don't think she understood much of what we were saying.
Well, I guess when you don't speak the language and two strange men come in wanting to videotape you, the default answer is probably should be no.
Really, that should be a life lesson for anyone, really. If two strange men come speaking a different language and ask to videotape you, no matter what language they speak or you speak or where you're at,
say no.
Say no.
Say no.
Say no. That's today's public service announcement.
If you have teenage daughters, please pass that along. Anyway, so she brought us some chips. First off, okay, it's an odd place. You think you're supposed to go to the counter and order, I thought, right?
But she told us to go sit down.
She goes to go sit down. She brought us a bowl of chips. I mean, they were chips. They're fine.
Yeah. And first thing I thought was, that's strange. No salsa.
That's no salsa. And we didn't take a picture of it.
Oh. All right. To finish the story, we find out after a little while when she comes over that they have a salsa bar with 6 different kinds of salsa.
6 different kinds of salsa.
Which would have been nice, would have been good information to get when you get the chips.
Well, it is kind of a small place, so we should have seen it. If you're familiar with the Krystal that used to be by Ingram Mall, it's where the soda machine was. And speaking of sodas,
yes,
I had a Pepsi because that's how I roll.
Right, and I got the.
You asked Myra to bring you
her favorite drink.
Her favorite drink,
and she brought this, which I believe is a French drink called the Sidral Mundet.
I don't think it's French. This is Sidral Mundet. I don't know. We don't speak Spanish.
But a big concern that I have about the drinks that I drink is, are they pasteurized or not? and yes, this is pasteurized.
Well, okay, you might wonder why a soda needs to be pasteurized, since most sodas that we in the United States are familiar with are engineered in a lab and made of oil.
No pasteurization. I don't think you could pasteurize them if you wanted to.
Well, you would just set them on fire.
The process just wouldn't
set them
work
on
out.
fire.
Yeah. Now this though, it turns after I had a little sip of it, it's like an apple drink. It's like an apple cider.
After you had a sip of it, you didn't know what it was. You didn't know what it was. You honestly didn't know what it was, and then I looked it up on my phone, and we found out
I didn't know it was apple until you told me.
Well, maybe I looked it up first. Because you didn't want to drink it first, and then I looked it up and found out it was apple, and you tasted it.
Oh, really? That's kind of a letdown. I kind of felt like it tasted like apple.
Well, it did taste like apple, but we were a little frightened at first because we didn't. Because like the name gives you nothing.
You don't know what it is.
If you don't speak Spanish, I assume I know.
And you realize how wrong this is. Like, we're in the minority, but the majority of the people in San Antonio probably know exactly what this is and have drank it many times. Drunk it, have drank it many times.
Imbibed it.
Do you realize that?
Yeah.
Do you realize that we're in the minority here?
I realize that.
All right.
Does that frighten you a little bit?
No, it doesn't frighten me at all.
Okay.
It's just a realization.
But I know a little bit of Spanish, and I know neither of those words is apple.
And you know how endearing I found it to have a canned beverage or a bottled beverage.
A bottled beverage. Jesus, all these bottled beverages, love that. Anyway,
well, you go to a bar, you can order a draft or in a can.
Who orders a can at a bar?
What are you talking about? Lone Star? I always get a 16-ounce Lone Star.
I guess it doesn't matter if you're drinking Lone Star. Who orders a can at a bar? Oh my god.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm totally serious.
A lot of people order a can.
You either get a draft or you get a bottle, unless you're just unless you're going to drink a PB.
Hold on. You got to understand the kind of bars I go to.
Okay.
They're not always called bars. Sometimes they're called. What's it called?
Speakeasy? I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this. Strip club?
Never mind. It'll come to me later, and I'll just shout it out.
Anyway, you should hold this one. This is you. So you asked for a recommendation.
I asked Myra.
Myra,
what to get? Is Myra a Spanish name?
It can be.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
What to get? And she recommended the flautas. So
no. Those are the taquitos, aren't they? Or no? Wait, I thought they were the taquitos.
I got the flautas.
Oh.
Taquitos.
Well, forgive me.
Wait. I thought I got the flauta plate.
Maybe you did.
Yeah, chicken.
Let's see if we can match up. Let's hold on while we match this up to the picture.
That's what I got.
No, you got these. You got the 5 roll taquitos.
Oh,
see. Look, that's the picture. That's the same. Look, that's the picture, everyone.
No, those are flautas.
Those are taquitos.
Look at the picture of the flautas.
Where's the flautas?
No, there's a picture.
Anyway, whatever they were. Whatever they were.
They sure tasted like flautas to me.
Okay, whatever they were.
All
right. Whatever they were, you got them.
And, you know, they basically chicken wrapped in a crusty shell.
You got beef, though.
No.
She recommended beef, and you got chicken. Beef. Oh, my gosh. Where's the receipts? You got beef.
No, I got chicken.
Well, she recommended beef.
I got chicken.
All right. Then this is already off the rails here. I'm
positive I got chicken.
Anyway, I got Yelp. The users on Yelp recommended the California burrito, which I don't know.
You're a burrito guy, though.
I'm a burrito guy.
You're almost a connoisseur, I would say.
I would say I'm a connoisseur of burritos. I'm really stumbling over my words today.
Would you say you're a connoisseur?
Yes, I would.
All right.
This had steak. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go to the menu here.
It was a special one, though, too.
It's the California burrito.
The California burrito, right.
And this comes with potatoes, steak, pico de gallo, and cheese. And I don't get the pico because, once again,
you're a little guy.
I have a tender tummy.
And you had some sour cream in there, then, didn't you?
I had some sour cream.
Yeah.
And it was really good. Nothing to write home about.
A lot of meat, though. It was substantial.
Tasty. It was tasty and, didn't disappoint. It doesn't hold a candle to something like Freebirds or habaneros.
Really? It doesn't?
No.
What's the difference?
Just more stuff, fresher. I mean, the tortilla seemed fresh, but it just, I like more stuff. I like the burrito to look like your arm. Like it's gonna, like you just chew up your arm and put it in your stomach.
Like as if there's no way you could possibly pick it up and eat it. You got to do the whole peel method, right?
Yeah. This was a little more fast foodish, and that's what I want to get to about this place.
Oh.
It's not really our kind of place. We ended up. We didn't have a bad time.
Do we have a kind of place?
I guess probably, but I don't think these little taqueria places are our kind of place.
Yeah, they're not really. But there's so many of them.
Right. And
we have to hit them.
I know, and they
one day one is just going to knock our socks off, though.
And they do it well, I guess. I mean, they have outstanding reviews on Yelp, and I assume people come to them. Apparently, more people come there than they did to Krystal.
Yeah. Now, they've actually opened a Krystal twice in that location, if I understand right.
Originally, because I used to research. I used to research fast food places.
That was the other.
That was the other.
Sorry. You'll learn about this some other day.
Anyway, I used to research fast food places, working late nights.
Explain what's involved when you research a fast food place.
You find something. You go to Wikipedia and you look at the regional fast food chain sort of page. They may have redesigned it since then. It's been 5 or 6 years ago now.
So you just put the name of the place in and you hit search, and
you go to Wikipedia and you search for regional fast food places,
AKA Krystals.
AKA Krystal, which
it's Krystal or Krystals?
It's Krystal.
Krystal.
Singular.
Now, what's the? You told me something I didn't understand. I didn't know
if you're familiar with White Castle,
because it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's sliders. Everybody does a slider now. This is sort of the original.
Yeah, but these are a different kind of sliders.
They're like greasy, oniony sliders,
with like a soft breading, though. That's
the bread gets kind of soaks up the juices.
Right.
If you've had a White Castle, you've had a Krystal, because according to the internet, I guess this is true.
According to the internet. We're quoting the internet here.
According to the internet.
I'm quoting the internet here.
Dear internet.
Imagine if you're a kid doing your homework assignment now and like your
reference. How much easier is that?
No, but your bibliography is just internet.
So do you have to, when you're doing your bibliography, do you have to include hot links?
Oh yeah,
Hot
Who
links.
calls them hot links?
URLs. Let's call it a hyperlink.
Hot link. Where did you get that from?
I was using Netscape earlier. Anyway,
checking some hot links on my Netscape.
There was a lot of animated GIFs that said under construction. I was on a web ring.
Oh my goodness! Just stop.
Anyway, so I found out about Krystal, and I looked it up, and there was one. The nearest one at the time was in Fort Hood. I guess Killeen, near Fort Hood, Texas. And that's how I found out they were building a Krystal here. So the Krystal opened. If you remember in San Antonio, the Krystal...
But did you finish the thing of why Krystals and White Castles are actually the same thing?
They just split.
Because it was the same location. The same people founded both companies.
And they split off.
Obviously, there was a feud.
I guess.
Or something. I'd like to know exactly what the reason. That would be if you were really researching, you'd find out what happened there.
Well, obviously.
But they split off, And then Krystal took half the country and White Castle the other, or do they mix?
I don't know. I'm not that detailed into it. Anyway, so
but they offer the exact same thing, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Because Krystal
they make
they both make the slider.
They both make
because Krystal does all the crazy stuff now. I mean, they do the chicken and
they both
everything.
make the little greasy oniony slider.
They eat like 6 of them,
or more,
preferably after a night of drinking.
Yeah. Or for a Super Bowl party where it's just you. That's what I did.
Oh,
that was really sad.
That's just
that was a long time ago.
Horrible.
Anyway, so they opened a Krystal here. People went crazy.
You could have invited me. I would have came. I would have came over.
I don't remember when that was. That was when...
it's a rough period.
Yeah. Anyway, so they opened a Krystal. Lines were out the door. They even had a little semi-truck set up in the parking lot to cook more Krystals.
And it was
crazy. It was like when Krispy Kreme opened here.
Right.
All the fatties went.
So you're thinking, no way, this place is on. This place is going to make a lot of money.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
There you go.
Anyway, 6 months later, boom, it's closed. And not closed in the way that they left town, closed in that something bad happened and all the signage is still there. So
that was the first iteration.
Right. So I guess another 6 months went by.
Somebody else bought the franchise.
They reopened that location, brought in all the bigwigs. I asked one of the guys there, I said, hey, what happened before? And he said, oh, we had a problem with the franchisee. We're back and better than ever.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah. Give us what we wanted with some more details.
We wanted business dirt. I don't think they just pass it out to random fatties eating into Krystal.
It'd be nice though if they did.
Just some little insider information.
Sometimes they let something slip. They think you're just a normal guy. They don't realize that you're a lunch professional.
Anyway, so in the process they opened 2 more locations in town. One right down the street from you.
Yeah, over at the Forum or near the Forum by the Live Oak Regal Cinema.
A huge one that was always full of people.
Always busy. I mean, it was always busy there.
And another one not far from the studios here on Calabria in 1604.
Right. I think they actually called it the Stonefruit Studios.
Stonefruit location. Stonefruit Studios location. Anyway, so I would eat at the Pat Booker one after going to the toy show. And then one day it was just closed. I saw that one was closed.
Yeah, because this is an interesting thing about you. You come out to Live Oak for the toy show at the Civic Center there.
My girlfriend currently lives in Live Oak as well.
Right, so you have 2 reasons there. And you would probably eat quite often at the Krystal.
The Krystal would be the third one. If it was still open, Krystal would be the third one, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And
there's nothing there still.
And so the other location...
Just a matter of time until they have a Los Bob's.
You could be like Trace Bob's. Anyway,
French.
So that's 3
with your Mundet.
Trace. Trace is 3.
Oh, is it in Spanish?
Uno, dos, tres.
I thought Trace was 3 in French.
Anyway, so I checked out the location on Calabria. It's closed too.
Right.
And then of course the location on Ingram is closed, and it's the only one that's been revived as a taqueria, which obviously it's doing well for itself.
And also I think says something about that there's nothing in the other 2, that there was some kind of big problem with these guys.
I tried to contact Krystal.
You did some more research?
I tried to contact Krystal before when they closed.
This is research though, isn't it?
Yes. They didn't email me back. So the other day I decided, everybody's on Twitter now.
Hit them up on the Twitter.
So I sent a tweet to Krystal, and we'll put this on screen here. I asked Krystal what happened to all the San Antonio, Texas locations. And their response is...
On Twitter
from Krystal Fast Food, at Krystal on Twitter, that location just wasn't in the cards for us right now. But your Krystal craving is always a great excuse for a road trip. All right, Krystal Twitter...
nice marketing. Nice marketing.
Krystal Twitter robot. Whoever you are.
Do you think that was a robot?
I think it's probably a person, but...
Yeah, but they have like a bunch of responses, and that was response number 32.
But come on, man. I don't even know where the nearest Krystal is now.
Where would you leave town and go somewhere? I mean, would you like do a Buc-ee's kind of thing where you would go like out of your way?
Okay, now, I've never been... I should tell you, I've never been to Buc-ee's on a trip to Buc-ee's. I've always been to Buc-ee's on the way somewhere else. I'm too old for that now. If it was 10 years ago and I was 23, I'd probably do it. I'd probably do a road trip to somewhere. But now I just want
a fast food place.
Yeah. Oh. Now I just want to eat my food.
I would think when you're younger you'd have more stuff to do, and now when you're getting older, there's not you're kind of getting crotchety and not as much to do. You'd think that might be more.
You would think that.
But it's not true.
When we were up in Austin for
you're becoming hipper as you get older.
We were up in Austin for South by Southwest.
I rest my case on the hipness there.
And my girlfriend Val.
You're a hipster.
Look at the glasses. These are Ray-Bans.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, we were up in
Austin. How does that feel? Like to just be an admitted hipster.
If you could see my shoes right now, they're Tom's. I'm kidding. I'm not wearing shoes. I'm wearing shoes at the studio. What kind of place is this?
Who doesn't wear shoes? Of course you're wearing. And I'm wearing pants.
anyway, so we went up to South by Southwest, ate at Stubbs. Great place to eat. Great place to see a show.
Should we sometime do like an Austin version of Adventure Lunch?
I would love that. Anyway, it was just so long. We could sell some more ads.
Oh my gosh. We're going to build more onto the studio.
We need a wing over there. Anyway, so my admittedly younger...
In the Indiana Jones section.
That's the Masters of the Universe wing.
Sorry.
Anyway, you know Cody Villafana of Flickr Footnotes
Of course I do.
And Cinesnob fame.
Of course I do.
He tells me, oh, Stubbs, and he's 10 years younger than I am. Oh, Stubbs, that's fine, but the real place you want to eat is Frank's Barbecue.
Blah, 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 whatever.
And it's some food truck you have to wait in line for.
That's ridiculous.
No, I want to eat. I want to. That's a young man's game.
I've heard about this place, and I would never wait in line.
It's a young man's game. It's a young man's game. Anyway, so bottom line.
What were the greatest parts about Los Robertos?
It's close by. It's cleaner than your average taqueria. I mean, it's a nice place.
Makes you think about crystals.
Yeah, makes me wistful.
Makes you wonder about Spanish possessives.
Yeah.
I think also it would be a good place to go for breakfast.
Yes, these places usually kick butt on breakfast.
I think you can get breakfast any time of the day there.
We should have gotten breakfast.
I don't know if that's true or not. So sorry if it's not.
Sorry, Roberto. It's one of those places that it doesn't bother you, so don't bother it. You know, it's just a little unassuming taco place. And some jerks come in there and be like, what? What happened to the Krystal? Why can't we get what we want to eat?
That's it doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother you, so wonderful. Don't bother it. Anyway, so ultimately, I liked it. It doesn't knock my socks off, but
I don't have any major complaints about it.
Right. And you found a new soda you might like.
I don't just might like it. I love the fact that it's pasteurized. I love the fact that I can't pronounce the name of it. And I love, there should be a third thing that I like the taste. It's crazy.
But it's in a bottle.
And it's in a bottle.
That's the third thing, because you're all about the bottle.
That's actually 4 things then.
Okay. All right, so next week, buns.
We're going to go to Buns next week.
Go to Buns next
Heads up to the Buns guys.
If you want to contact us, we have a new Twitter now.
Oh, you set that up?
I set that up. It's adventure_lunch.
Is there already somebody that has
There's already somebody with Adventure Lunch, and I sent him a message because he hasn't used it in like 3 years.
Do you think he'll give it to us?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
But
how'd you send him a message? He doesn't use it. He probably doesn't even know you sent him a message.
He may have email alerts set up.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. I should send it to Twitter to be like verified.
We'll buy him lunch. If he gives it to us, we'll buy him lunch.
How do you get verified on Twitter? Anybody know that?
I think you have to be a star to even be considered.
No. Not yet.
Like us.
Not yet. Not yet.
Maybe if you have your own studio.
You can. That's at adventure_lunch. I hate having that underscore in there. It's just so like 90s AOL email address style. But it's what we got. So also you can email me at jaredkingery at gmail.com.
Yes. And me, Bob Gambert, at gmail.com.
And that's it for this week.
Until next week.
Until next week, have an adventurous lunch. Bye.
Should we say it at the same time?
Probably.
Try it. 1, 2, 3.
Have an adventurous lunch.
No, we shouldn't say it together.
Never.